2022, and I'm going to do a decode on the synagogue hostage siege that occurred on Sunday. I have been, trying to gather as much information I could to do this, and so here we go. Texas synagogue siege. Hostage taker named as 44-year-old Briton. FBI stormed but after man took 4 people, including a rabbi, captured during a Shabbat service. He's been named as a British national. Malik Faisal Akram began a standoff with police after disrupting a religious service at the Congregation Beth Israel in Colleyville in Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area, and hostage including the rabbi. He used weapons, says President Biden, to commit an act of terror. Now, I'm going to expose why this whole thing is undoubtedly by the numbers. He purchased them when he landed up. Apparently, when he landed, it turns out there was no bombs that we know of. He spent the first night in a homeless shelter. It doesn't make sense. This whole thing seems random, but we know from gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, we will know that this whole thing was staged. The attack took place, the first, 10:40 it says. Now, it says here about a woman in prison. That's referring to a Pakistani national by the name of Dr. Afia Siddiqui, who was wrongfully put in prison by the US over an incident that happened in Afghanistan. They say she's a terrorist, got al-Qaeda legs, but it's all bullshit, of course. I don't want to focus on this too much, but just sharing what's happening here. Now, it's interesting that Colleyville, which is where took place, the area code is 817. It's a reflection of 187. Society of Jesus 187. 187 is the murder code in the United States. 187. And Colleyville equals 55 in the satanic cipher, like Satan, which is 55. 46, like Catholic 46, sacrifice 46. 51, like conspiracy. Texas 69, like Jesuit order. United States of America, where it took place, 84, like the Jesuit order. 92, like Masonic Jewish cipher. And right at United States equals 40, like Zionist 40. 77, like Zionist 77 as well. 40 and 77 like Zionist. 51 like Colleyville 51. Synagogue Freemason 42. Satanic cipher is 444. A bit 444. Kind of strange, isn't it? Jewish cipher 44, like Kill 44. The guy's age is 44. Act of Terror 51, like Colleyville 51. Like United States 51. All synced up, isn't it? Act of Terror 58, like Freemasonry 58. Police 33, Masonry 33. Again, the guy himself, his name Malik Faisal Akram 58, like Freemasonry 58. Jesuit order, as I mentioned, Terror 40, like United States 40. Terror 41, like the time that the 10:40, which is a bit like 14 reflection over 41. Kills 44, like the age of the gunman, 44. Kills 17, and by the way, the date of the attack, so let me just, yeah, today's the 9th, yeah, sorry, how about the Sunday, it's the 16th, so it's not 17th, okay, just don't want to get sidetracked here. Mental health, ironically, mental health was the subject of this whole attack. Mental health is 41, like terror 41. Mental health is 47, like government agent. Mental health is 119, a bit like Liverpool 119. I bring up Liverpool because it's connected to Liverpool, courtesy of Moore, who does the Moore Decoded, the Matrix Decoded. Dr. Officer Siddiqui, she was in this part of the script. 102, a bit like 201 general order. Hostage standoff, because that's what they called it. 61, like mental health. 61, Zionist at 42, as I mentioned. Zionist 77. Sorry, Zion. Yeah, I mentioned Zionist at 42, but that's the first time I mentioned it anyway. Zionist 42, like 3 missing 42. Zionist 44. The age of the attack is 44. Zionist 322. Let's call them both 322. Blackburn, he's from Blackburn, 84, like Jesuit order. United Kingdom, place of his birth. 70, like coronavirus. 70. 58, like Freemason 58. Like his name, 58 as well. UK 22, the year is 2022. British 46, like Collierville 46. Again, it's all internet connected, isn't it? And British is 1040, a bit like the time of the attack, or when it first became called for, emergency call, 1040. The reason why I mentioned Liverpool, because on the 14th of November 2021, there was a taxi carrying a passenger arrived at the main entrance in Liverpool Women's Hospital in Liverpool, England. An IED went off, killing himself and the other driver. And the time from that day till the attack, 16th, gives you a span of 63 days. We're going to find out why 63 is important in a bit. 63, because in Gematria, anti-Semitism in the Jewish reduction cipher equals 63. Like 63 days from the Liverpool Women's Hospital explosion. And Congregation Beth Israel equals 110, a bit like the World Trade Center, which is 110 stories. And Congregation also equals 109, which is 19. Like Texas, which is 19. Dallas Fort Worth, as we're talking about, 187, a bit like the murder code, 187, and a bit like Society of Jesus, which is 187. Texas Synagogue siege is 84, like Islamic terrorism 84, like Jesuit order 84. That terms of 191, a bit like 119. Mental health 119. Islamic terrorist 116. At the Roman Catholic Church 116. I also highlighted death because Dallas Forward equals 213, a bit like death 213 satanic cipher. Even though there was no deaths, but they could have used that narrative that there was a death, but that didn't happen that way. They could have played that card, but they didn't. They just, I mean, it is by the numbers. It is really Yeah, 187, which was an important number. Which reflection of the area code 817. Washington DC 187, Society Jews 187, Rockefeller 187. As ancient accepted Scottish Rite Freemasons 187. Now from 9/11, which happened 20 years ago, till this attack in Texas, a span of 7,432 days. The reason why I highlight 74 is because that's like killing 74, Masonic 74. The whole thing is a Masonic event. I mean, look at this. More of his background. This is all bullshit, but this is the narrative here. He's got ties with ISIS and Al Qaeda, a jihadist supposedly. I mean, look at this. What a basket case, eh? This guy. The timestamp is 10:04. Isn't ironic, isn't it? We talked about 10:04 before, didn't we? Hey, what's up? At least someone's there. He belonged to a group called Tabligh Jamaat. FBI said, well, this is ironic. FBI said now that anti-terrorism were at play in the attack. And this is something I did, but I'm going to show you why that is important in a bit. Let me just get it out of the way. Pakistan, which was in the headline, is the 64th prime. And Synagogue of Satan is also 64. Synagogue of Satan is also 71, like Mossad 71. By the way, the reason why, I mean, this is controversial, but I don't care. I'm going to put it out there. Because if you've read a bit about Mossad, they've done all kinds of operations where they disguise themselves as somebody, like I say, an Arab, and it's an act of terror. I'm not saying this is what happened, but they all, because all the intelligence agencies, Mossad, CIA, KGB, MI6, West Intelligence Services, they're all tied to, I mean, Chinese intelligence services, they're all tied together because they all operate under the, you might say, Jesuit Zionist umbrella, because they do. So anyway, let me get back to here. ISIS, because they blamed ISIS. ISIS is 56, like Society of Jesus 56. ISIS, ironically, Mossad used to be called Israel Secret Intelligence Service, and in gematria equals 33, like Masonry 33. Al Qaeda is 41, a bit like the reflection of the time of the first reported hostage siege, 1040. Because you get 1 and 4, a reflection of 41, Al Qaeda 41. Sorry, let me read that again. I was using the wrong term. Not Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. Israeli Secret Intelligence Services equals 156. Like false flag, which is 156. False flag is 33, like Masonry 33, police 33. Terrorism 54, like Jesuit order, which is Jesuit order 54. Terrorism 56, like ISIS 56. Society of Jesus 56. Jesuit order 76, reflection of 67 from Mossad. The group. Tabligh Jamaat, they were talking about that. 51, like 9/11 51. 50, like Freemasonry. So again, I mean, these groups, they're undoubtedly, you know, controlled but by the Zionists. Islamic terrorist 116, like Catholic Church, Roman Catholic Church was 116, Islamic terrorism 201, like Jesuit order 201, 84, like Jesuit order. I mean, they'll try and link Pakistan to this whole thing. Pakistan, I think I already mentioned that. Pakistan's 41, like Al-Qaeda 41, reflection of 1040, the time when the attack got reported. Catholic 71, like Mossad 71. Terror hoax, this kind of, yeah. 56, like Society of Jesus 56. 113, like government and agent. The Jewish cipher. Mind Control 56, like Society of Jesus 56. Terror hoax 56. I mean, if the guy's got mental health issues, then that guy, I mean, this is kind of really some, you know, some, I mean, they do mind control, they do. They still do it. It's probably all covert. They're not going to reveal it in public, you know. I mean, they do, undoubtedly. Just one guy on, one guy watching. Okay. So yeah. Mental health, they keep saying. I mean, actually, let me go back to the subject of mental health. Where's mental health? On the subject of mental health, something it's a good thing. Mental health 113. That, like the word bullshit 113, like mainstream 113, like not true 113. All part of the narrative. Obviously, I was just talking about, you know, MK Ultra in connection to mental health, just simply because this guy did have mental health. They could have just exploited it, used MK Ultra on this guy. I mean, does it look like he's sane? Honestly, another thing I should highlight is that United Kingdom, because he's from the United Kingdom, equals 61 in the Satanic cipher. Hence, it's a reflection of the date it took place, 16th of January, and also the date that it occurred is 116, like Islamic terrorist 116 and Roman Catholic Church 116. Right, strange. Kind of strange, isn't it? How these things are linked up in so many ways. I mean, the attack took place in a synagogue, right? Now, this might be a controversial opinion, but I mean, Chabad Lubavitch equals 54 of 90. For those who don't know, Chabad Lubavitch is this apocalyptic Zionist cult that's notoriously in existence, that is behind the state of Israel, is behind the various Jewish lobby groups around the world. It's behind Mossad, it's behind Russia. You know, they are everywhere, this organization. I mean, you've probably seen pictures of these guys in the White House with the Reagan. I mean, these guys might seem harmless folk, but they're not. They've been implicated in a lot of dodgy things, dodgy things. 54 and 90. Like Jesuit Order 54. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Let me just say that what I mean by why they're bad is because they are involved in all kinds of drug trafficking type stuff. And it's also interesting that Habad Lubavitch equals 90, like Islamic terrorist, which is 90. Not a coincidence. Same with Jesuit Order 54. It's my opinion that these are these groups within the church, they undoubtedly are controlled by crypto Jews. A controversial thing to say, but I'll say it. Let me just put this out for people to watch. Just thanks Mo for the tip on some of the stuff that he covered. I also use Getter, which is an alternative to Twitter. If Twitter just starts, because one day they'll just say, one day they'll be like, oh, I mean, they might say, oh, you. One day they might kick me off Twitter. So that's probably why I've set up a Getter account. Yeah, Habad Lubavitch, as I mentioned before, a group to look out for. I've got something on them somewhere. I think there was one thing. No. I mean, they're implicated in all kinds of, drug trafficking, arms trafficking, organ trafficking. I mean, they really are truly a corrupt organization. Interestingly, that their flag was in the riots that happened last year at Capitol Hill, like Rome, ancient Rome, Roman Empire. I didn't catch that. There was a a Habad flag there. I mean, what the hell? That's just strange, isn't it not? That's hilarious. The name of this blog, Shafrod Dubrovich. So that ended this stream today. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching, whoever